Okay, to get to this place, this is Highway 17 South. Charleston's to the right. Come down on Main Road, and you come down here, and it says on the directions to go make a turn before the bridge. This is a bridge right here, and there's a turn, but as you can see, it comes down here and loops back out. That's not the right one. You want to go to the second one, which is right here. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it? Right. Okay, there we go. Right here. This is the big bridge. It's way bigger than the first bridge. Get off. You can actually turn right on this on McLeod Mill Road, and you follow that up to here, and this is where the parking area was. So it's not that far from where you turn off of the main road. Here's how you do this. You can measure distance from here. So where you turn off to here, you can see how this works. You just keep clicking there. It's 2,459 feet once you turn off of the main road onto McLeod Hill Road. Okay, then let's see, I'm clearing the measurements, and then we're gonna measure distance where we started. So we started, we're gonna say right there where the P is. Clear those off. Measure distance, go from there, and we walked all the way down here to get rid of that, to this road here. And the reason I couldn't read that road, it is Croghan Landing Drive. That's Savannah Highway, Highway 17. It's Carolina Bay on the right and Croghan Landing Drive on the left, and there's the parking spot where we turned around and went back. So the distance to there is 1.35 miles from, that's as a crow flies. So according to this, let's see if I do it here. Yeah, let's clear the measurements and try it again. Okay, I'm going to measure distance from there. Oh, this is easy to do. All you have to do is just click the mouse and it drops another pointer and measures it. And it still comes up at 1.35 miles even if I follow the path. So the film today, that's going to be the film today. 1.35 miles there, and I tried not to film much coming back because I'd already showed it. So anyways, this is off the little Chinese camera, so I hope it shows up. If not, I just won't include it. Okay, thanks a lot, bye. Okay, this is the parking area for the West Ashley Greenway. There's Trevor. This is the start of it. They say this on the maps and stuff, this is the west end. Although from a pure direction standpoint, it's actually south. So, take your pick. That's McLeod something another road. That is the bridge over Main Road. And it's kind of tricky because if you read the directions on websites, they say take a left on Main Road from Highway 17, and then just before the bridge make a right, but there's another bridge back up that way, and if you take that right, you don't end up in the right spot. So you make the right just before that bridge, which is a big bridge. It's not hard to tell it's a bridge. And then you go down, around, and under, and then back up, go to the left, and then back around and back up and down this road. There are signs, it's well marked with signs. In fact, there's a sign right over there that tells you that this is the parking area. So West Ashley Greenway. About 10 miles of trails, and a good bit of it is unpaved. Rudy's finding new stuff to. So there's plenty of places down farther on down this trail to park. If you look at various maps, I picked out a spot that's a little over a mile away. We're gonna go down there and turn around and come back. I think this end is more rural and less houses and stuff like that. So anyways, that's a look. That's probably half a mile down there. So I'm gonna quit filming. We're gonna start walking and try out the West Ashley Greenway. I would not want to fight the traffic to get down here every day if I didn't live in this neck of the woods. You can look down through here. These are all dead trees with Spanish moss on them. It's kind of pretty swampy down here. That's Highway 17 way down there in the distance. And you can actually see the cars from down here. We are on the south side of Charleston. So it's kind of spooky and eerie looking down here. I mean, it's way out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, mile 8. So we're at the very end of the trail. I think they said it's like 8, I forget. You can look on the website, Trail Link, South Carolina Trails, all those places. Low country. High tide, a lot of this have water in it. I already see egrets off down there. We're going to walk a little farther. There's the first egret we've seen. There he is. He's good ways off the trail. There's a couple more. One we just saw is right back off over there. We'll say there's down here in this marsh area, I think we're going to see a whole lot of birds. You can't get off just the trail and walk down in there. It'll sink up to your neck in pluff mud. This is very pretty now that we're out here in the open. Tell you what, I was getting ready to, right down there is where we started from, and it is dark and closed in and very spooky. You know, this is one of them places where you got your right head on a swivel while you're in there. There you go. I'm gonna come up here, and this is there's all kinds of egrets down here. Good grief, they're everywhere. You can see, it must be low tide. The water's out. And this will be salt water, so there's another one right off over there. That's low tide. Because all this will fill in with water at high tide. It is so pretty down here. All those trees are dead. There's Highway 17 way over there. We walk, the path goes, the Greenway gets a little close to it. Come on, Ruby. And it's I'm not gonna say dirt, it's like a hard packed gravel. It's dirty, but it's mostly gravel for a bicycle. It's not like riding on an asphalt path. This really is pretty down here. And down here by the water, it'll actually be cooler in the summertime, I think, although there's no shade overhead. So, okay, I'm gonna quit filming. I'm just rambling. This is my very first time down here. We're gonna walk and see what we can see. Here comes what my son used to call when he was littler a hot cotter bird. That looks... Oh, that's like one of the low country tour helicopters. And if you remember on the Spring Bash, when they had that helicopter taking off and landing, giving people rides, I think somebody else got on the trail. There's a low country picture for you. Oh my gosh. I'm not paying attention, so I'm looking instead of paying attention to what I'm doing. There you go, right there. That's low country. In fact, that's what you see on my closing credit thing, is a picture of the low country. Okay, I'm gonna quit filming and start walking again. There is a school or something swimming around in there. I see little black shapes occasionally, but I couldn't see what kind of fish it was. There's a whole bunch of them. And what a picture. There's Highway 17. Pluff mud. Well, we're down here. There are birds. Bunches and bunches of birds down here. I will say, this is a very pretty path to walk on. But I still haven't gotten rid of that anxiety feeling from walking out of that dark parking spot at the end. Just got like a tingle of anxiety, which is stupid. There ain't nobody down here. But I got it. It's gravel parking, and there's a business right behind it. I mean, it's not like you're down there. You can turn around from right behind Trevor, and 50 feet away there's a business. Oh, there was something big jumped out right there. Oh, there's jumping again. Well, it's not going to do it now that I actually seen it. It came up out of the water a couple of feet. So this used to be an old railroad track. And there are city meetings now going on about the kind of improvements and stuff people want to see. A lot of people want it paved all the way. A lot of people don't want it paved all the way. A lot of people want water fountains and toilets. Here comes a runner. There's a whole variety of opinions. Well, I'm gonna quit filming. You can see there's birds all over. There's seagulls. There's a C-47 bird. And I gotta quit filming because here comes a runner. There are birds out here everywhere. There's one over there, whole flock of gulls and another egret, two more egrets over there. They must have found something to eat. They're circling all over. And it is pretty down here. The only person we've passed so far is the one runner, and he was hoofing it. That was probably his car that Trevor was parked next to. Well, he comes down here and yeah. There are birds everywhere down here. This is a bird watcher if you like. The water's not very deep. You can see him. At low tide, it's barely covering the bottom. I guess they eat like little crabs and other, well, they eat anything, I guess. If it moves, they'll snatch it up. There's birds flying. They're flying all over there. See flocks of them come in. You can hear the squawking from the gulls. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Maybe those aren't gulls. Maybe there's a sand something or another. Yeah, they look like gulls. I'm not real familiar with the wildlife down here. It's the second trash barrel we've come to. First bridge. We're a little bit closer to Highway 17. There's another bird overhead. When we were at Folly, they had a sign. What's this guy? You can see the fish right out there in front of him. They're jumping around. Just off to the left. Nothing going on now. It's hard to catch fish. Here comes one. That is not, I don't know what the heck that is. A duck-billed platypus. Flying duck-billed platypus. I don't know, he had a weird looking beak. Man, it is pretty down here. It's supposed to get into the low 90s today, but I decided to come down here because I changed the oil in the tractor yesterday and cut the grass. The push mower started back up. That's 12 good years of service that thing's given me with nothing more than oil changes and blade sharpenings. I can't tell you how pretty it is down here. If you like walking and just looking at low country scenery, there's a, I don't know what kind of bird that is. It's like a flamingo. It's kind of pinkish. Comes a whole nother flock of these things. There are birds everywhere. Hey! I didn't know he was out there fishing. I wouldn't have been talking. Sitting up here scaring the fish away for you. Man, it's pretty out here. Okay, we're gonna walk. I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in on these and actually get them in focus. I'm gonna try. Little teeny crabs down there in the pluff mud. They blend right in. Let's see. Okay, right there to the right there. You can see them moving just a little bit. I can't hold still. The wind's blowing and Ruby's pulling. Yeah, I did not see that guy, that fish guy down there fishing. I was standing right over his head. Ruby. I'm gonna let her run her again. I was standing right over the top of him on the bridge. He was like down right there. And I'm standing on the other edge of this second, third bridge, I forget now. And I'm standing, I couldn't see him because I was busy looking out at the scenery. There's a couple of egrets right there. One on each side. I'm sitting there talking, just jabbering away to myself, talking about how pretty it is. And I guess he got tired of listening to me because he popped the can on a Coke. And I looked down and I saw all this stuff. He's probably lucky I didn't try to spit off the bridge because I spit right on him. Look at this, there's two birds there. There's two more off over there. The amount of wildlife down here, bird-wise, is just phenomenal. That one stopped, was steady looking at us. It is so pretty down here. At least they're not coming over can see all the ripples in the water. That's a school of fish of some kind. This should be salt water. You got, I guess those are mussels or oysters. I don't know. I don't know the difference. Mussels are longer. They seed these things down here, and people come down and harvest them. There's little crabs are all over the place. They're everywhere. Little holes, I guess. There's a bunch of them. There's just dozens and dozens and dozens of them little crabs running around. Okay. Well, there's a comforting sign. Go vegan, and the sign's full of bullet holes. Caution, pipeline crossing. So somebody shot the shit out of the sign. Yeah, there you go. I guess you can call that gun control, because they only hit the metal part, not the wood part. So far, I am really enjoying this walk. Ruby doesn't seem to be bothered too much by the gravel on her paws, and there's plenty of stuff. She's got her nose constantly to the ground, so. And I don't think we have to worry too much about alligators, because it's salt water, although they do come out in salt water. Man, there are birds everywhere. I can't get over how many birds there are down here. They're just everywhere. That makes walking on Sawmill Creek with the dozen or so birds I see down there on a daily basis. I've seen a dozen birds down here in the first quarter mile. And they're just everywhere. It really is pretty here. It really is pretty. I hope they do this path right by whatever improvements they decide to make to it. I wish Somerville had come up with something like this. Besides just a creek, there's a couple of rivers up there they could put paths down alongside if they can get the property. Old dead oak trees with Spanish moss. That one's not dead. Uh-oh. There's our first bench right up here. Okay, I'm gonna quit filming. I could just turn this thing on and let it run, because it's everywhere you look. There's stuff to see if you like wildlife and nature. If you're into video games and crap like that, this will probably find this incredibly boring, but I have nothing but superlatives so far on this trail. It's really pretty. Okay, we're gonna walk. Y'all know how I like curvy things. There you go, one straight tree and one curvy tree. That's kind of cool the way that comes out. I wonder if that started out, looks like a split trunk. Maybe it started out with some wind damage or something from a storm and started growing wonky. Okay, no more superlatives for a while. Look, there's like a whole army of crabs. Oh my gosh, I can count about 50 of them. Every one of them little bumps. They just sit there, and then occasionally a whole group of them will move. I guess that's why there's so many birds down here. There's lots of chow. Uh-oh, bugs. Getting to the marshy side of the pluff mud. I got like no-see-em swarming my head. Okay, back to walking. I say these birds are everywhere. There's one. There's another one. There's one right over there. Probably more of them out there that I can't see, because those are little cowbirds. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty down here. Starting to get humid though. I'm starting to break out in a sweat. We're going to be good and sweaty by the time we get back. Okay, back to walking. I didn't film the house, but it's way off up in there. They have a magnificent deck and covered patio and stuff. and a huge backyard that I would hate to have to be in charge of mowing. But they can actually walk down through their backyard and cross that little bridge. And there's Miss Ruby. See, it's finding all kinds of stuff on this trail to smell. It's like old southern. I'm sure they built this up for the railroad. Okay, let's see, there's a sign coming up here. We can't possibly be a mile already. If we are, then about 3/10 of a mile farther is another parking area. That's where I'd originally intended to walk to and then turn around and go back. But somebody made a bridge in there out of railroad ties. I don't know why. Go on, Ruby. These green posts, they just, little medallions here. It says 4 foot 3 inches. That way, that's a sewer. That's what it is. I don't know why there's nothing to mow here. Mile 7. So we have come. Oh, excuse me. We have come 1 mile from where we parked. Eagle Project, Lewis Smith Moore Jr., Troop 79, December 20th. So they put that post in. That's a big post. 8 by 8. Pressure treated. Nice they put it in. So about 3/10 of a mile up here. Tell you what, runners on this dirt, you don't hear them coming until they're 10 feet away. Some of the pictures I've seen on the website do show alligators, but I think that's when you get closer to like the Ashley River and stuff. This goes right to the edge of the Ashley River and or the Folly Road, which goes to Folly Beach, which, okay, I'm seeing more signs of life up there. I'm gonna quit filming. We're back in some woody forest area. You can hear the birds. It's all overgrown and dense. Oh, there's a house there. I couldn't even see the house till we got right between the trees. That's a big old house too. It wasn't so close to the highway. I think that's a boat. Somebody that works on boats up there. We passed all that. There's a pretty tree for you, Kevin. While you're out there in the deserts of Utah, you can look back and see a mighty oak covered with Spanish moss. Highway 17 makes this very noisy down here from traffic. That is a monster house. At least 3 stories, maybe 4. And a veranda that goes all the way around, wraps around. Bottom part, it's up on stilts, I guess, so during storms, the tidal surge can take out the bottom half. All this real estate is way out of my price range. Not unless I win the lottery. I'm seeing like a paved area up there. Okay, I'm gonna quit filming until we get up to the parking area where you can see her. No deer down here, but she's definitely got her nose to the ground. She smells something. Stimulation for the doggy brain. That's the whole point of these walks. Well, the fact that I'm losing weight makes my doctor happy. Okay, quit filming, start walking. That's 17A. Here's a little parking spot. This is 1.3 miles, according to Google Maps, from where we parked down on the far end of the trail. So I know the name of this road, but I can't remember it, and I'm too blind without my glasses to see it when I pull it up on the phone. So before I post this video, I'll show you the section of trail we walked. Very nice parking spot. Trash can. No water fountains. No toilets. I guess they figure if you got to pee. And starting on the other side, it's paved. This is one of the few streets you have to cross on this. And that's the way the crossings are. You're supposed to stop for traffic, but there's plenty of room to get a bicycle through. Come on, Ruby. I'm gonna wait till this bicycle guy goes past. He's got like a mountain bike. So we got 1.3 miles to go back. I'm not gonna film anymore unless I see something spectacular, which is the whole 1.3 miles. You can smell the honeysuckle through here. Oh, it smells pretty. Remember the days when you used to pluck honeysuckle vines, spend hours at it, plucking them and sucking the nectar? It is a little buggy in this stretch of woods, but not too bad. This is all dirt from where we were up to that road, and then it turns to asphalt on the other side. And I've seen a lot more people, a lot more pedestrians coming across. So either we were here early, which really wasn't early, 9:30, something like that, 9:30 in the morning. The humidity's way down, but I have sweated to the point where I've had to take my sunglasses off and dry them off with my t-shirt because it's just dripping off of me. So either I'm just fat and out of shape, which is part of it, or it's a little humid, more humid down here than I was thinking it was going to be. So we got a mile and 1.3 miles to go back to Trevor, and you've seen this whole section, except on both ends where it's forested in like this, or woods in. There's houses on both sides of us, and a tremendous amount of noise from the highway. Well, it's a busy highway. The coastal highway runs, I've taken that road, Highway 17, all the way up into Chesapeake Beach in Virginia, going up into southern Maryland. They even have signs up there in North Carolina, watch out for bears. Okay, when I do show you where I walked on this on the Google Maps, I'll also show you, I'll film it so you can see how you can actually drop pins and figure out distances on hikes. I didn't know you could do that till this morning. That's what I learned today, how to find out how far I'm walking on Google Maps. Okay, I'm gonna quit. Well, greetings to my 2 new subscribers. I have no idea who you are. And hello to whoever gave the thumbs down on the alligator video. Are you scared of alligators? Made it to the big time on YouTube. I get people making strange comments and giving me thumbs down instead of just, uh-oh, I see a critter there. And that critter's not attached to a human. But the way I look at crap that happens on YouTube is it's mind over matter. I don't mind and you don't matter. Have a good day, y'all. Bye. I just can't help myself. A blue heron. There he goes underneath the bridge. He doesn't want his picture taken. Man, is he a pretty bird. And on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 egrets. I just couldn't help myself. There's just so much to videotape down here. One of these days, if I ever get around to buying a good DSLR again, I'll come down here with a good lens on it. Just sit out here, find me a spot where these birds are, take a whole bunch of pictures of them. You could take these pictures and look at that. Pictures. There's more of them little crabs. It's just eat up with wildlife down here. Oh, there's a bucket fish over there. Probably halfway back to Trevor. I wasn't going to film anymore. I'm telling you, it's just so pretty. I just can't. It's good for your soul. Okay, bye.